Marvel just introduced Red Hulk in Captain America: Brave New World, and he looks absolutely fire in every single promotion. But wait, do you remember how Marvel treated our favorite Hulk? They turned him into a kindergarten clown. Now, Marvel is showcasing a truly powerful fiery Red Hulk. But why does the original Hulk still suck? When I was around 14, my friend and I were watching The Incredible Hulk. I had no idea what the movie was about, so I asked him. He simply said, "It's a monster movie," and that's exactly what Hulk should be, a monster. Not just in appearance, but in behavior. But now, every time we see Hulk, he looks like a joke and making people laugh. Marvel has turned him into a clown. The root of this problem goes back to the movie rights issue. Universal owned the rights to Hulk but stopped making solo films. Marvel saw this as an opportunity and brought Hulk into the MCU. However, there was a catch. If Marvel made Hulk too powerful or gave him a strong solo story, it could reignite audience interest, leading Universal to capitalize on that by making their own Hulk film and profiting more than Marvel. Marvel needed Hulk in their universe, but they didn't want him to overshadow their other heroes or benefit Universal. So, they came up with a plan to turn Hulk into a joke, and it worked. Hulk's comedic moments were entertaining, and Universal had no incentive to make a solo film about a goofy, non-threatening Hulk. Years passed, and without a serious version of the character, Universal saw no value in holding on to the rights and eventually gave them back to Marvel. Marvel played it smart. They secured Hulk's rights while keeping him from being a dominant force in the MCU. That's why, to this day, Hulk is portrayed as a joke instead of the unstoppable monster he was meant to be. Before seeing another reason, hit like. Now, let's talk about the guy who played a huge role in making Hulk what he is today. Do you know who this is? He's the director of the Avengers, Joss Whedon. When the MCU was still growing, Marvel needed a wider audience, including families and kids. That meant adding humor to their films to make them more accessible. Whedon introduced comedic elements into Hulk's character, and it worked. The audience loved it, and the Avengers became a massive success. After that, Marvel stuck to the same strategy, using Hulk's comedic moments to appeal to a broader audience. And let's be real, even I enjoyed some of those funny Hulk scenes, but we all know how Disney operates. They love family-friendly content, and that's why Hulk has remained a joke ever since. Hulk has gained a massive fan base among kids, and Marvel quickly recognized the opportunity to capitalize on that. The toy market, merchandising, and even theme parks have all benefited from this transformation. Kids love the playful Hulk who smashes with a smile rather than the terrifying, rage-filled version from the comics. If Marvel had made Hulk all about raw anger and rage, would kids be running to buy Hulk action figures and merchandise? Probably not. When Hulk is portrayed as a rage machine, he's a bit too intense for younger audiences. That could limit his appeal, especially when it comes to toys and products. The truth is, Marvel has strategically chosen to make Hulk more lighthearted to keep that profitable kid market and not alienate it with a more aggressive portrayal. From a business perspective, it's hard to blame them. Kids are a huge market, and they drive a lot of the toy sales and merchandise profits. While some fans may be disappointed by Hulk's lack of rage and depth, Marvel's strategy has been a massive financial success. They've created a Hulk that's accessible, family-friendly, and a merchandising goldmine. When Universal portrayed Hulk as a monstrous character, it was true to the comic book version, but unfortunately that approach didn't resonate well with audiences at the time. The movie didn't perform as expected, and Marvel, learning from that, chose not to repeat the same mistake. Instead of sticking with the darker, Marvel decided to lean into what worked, the more humorous and family-friendly version. At the end of the day, it's all about the money for Marvel, and they have to do what makes the most financial sense. So, despite some fans preferring the more intense, rage-filled Hulk, Marvel's choice to embrace humor was a strategic move to broaden Hulk's appeal and secure a profitable future for the character. Marvel has overused the comedic side of Hulk, and it's become frustrating for many fans. For example, in Thor Ragnarok, Hulk was completely transformed into a childlike, almost cartoonish version of himself. This change was so drastic that it felt like Marvel was insulting the character, which didn't sit well with longtime fans. Then, the peak of this misstep came with Professor Hulk, a version of Hulk that no one really asked for. It felt like a betrayal of the character's essence, turning Hulk into a more docile and friendly version, losing the intimidation and power that made him iconic. Professor Hulk is essentially a fusion of Bruce Banner's intellect and Hulk's strength, but this mix made the character feel more like a walking plot device, rather than the tragic hero fans had connected with. And in Avengers: Infinity War, the trailer showed Hulk front and center, hyping up a major battle. However, in the movie, we get Bruce Banner struggling to get the Hulk to come out and instead wearing the Hulkbuster suit. This left fans feeling betrayed. It made Marvel's handling of the character feel even more disrespectful. This shift makes it clear that Marvel no longer knows how to use Hulk effectively. It seems like the only person who likes Professor Hulk is Ant-Man. And even then, It's mostly for comedic purposes. The rest of the fan base is not on board with this version, and many fans feel like Marvel has totally lost sight of what made Hulk such a compelling character in the first place. Let's talk about She-Hulk. I don't know if it's She-Hulk or Shit-Hulk. Every scene where Hulk appears feels disrespectful to the character. Angry man teaching yoga, talking about his pants who asked for this? It's like a clown trying to portray himself as a joke, now that Marvel owns the Hulk rights. They introduced Hulk's son, Skaar, in the She-Hulk series. But honestly, he looks like garbage. This moment could potentially set up World War Hulk, and some insiders are saying that Captain America Brave New World might be setting the stage for that storyline. But do you think Marvel is really utilizing Red Hulk? I don't think so. They're holding back, and it's all about the money. Marvel is more focused on making cash from their characters rather than satisfying the fans' expectations. All those flashy promos and teasers feel like clickbait, just like how Avengers Infinity War was marketed. But when the actual movie came out, it didn't really deliver on what fans were hoping for, especially when it came to Hulk's character. I have a feeling the same thing will happen with Red Hulk. We'll probably get Red Hulk quick cameo in the final 15 minutes, and that'll be it. Marvel keeps teasing these massive moments, but they failed to deliver a true portrayal of the characters that fans have been waiting for. If Marvel ever decided to stay true to the character and stop playing the cash game, maybe we would finally see the Hulk we've been expecting. But let's be real, the chances of that happening are very low. And as for why Hulk sucks in the MCU right now, I've covered most of the points. But if I missed anything, feel free to clarify also. Do you remember that one comic scene where Hulk is portrayed as truly raw and powerful? If you do, drop it in the comments.